Hello everyone, it's Catherine here from Inky Fingered Cat, and I've got a third scrapbook page. I still had these scraps left from the other two pages, and I thought, do you know what, I'm not going to tidy them away, I'm going to try and get them used. And so grabbed a picture. This is me and the hubby on back in February last year. Can't believe it's been over a year ago. We went out for the day to a local gardens and had a wander around and had a very pleasant time. Anyway, I decided on a white background for this one, and I took that piece of scrap that I die cut from and decided to use it for a stencil. This time pulling out my peacock feathers distress oxide, and it takes me a little while to do this just because I don't quite get the positioning right, so that it would be still visible once I've got my pieces in place. But, it took a little while. Then I did a bit of smooshing onto that plastic and, yep, more splatter. I always, when I'm using ink like that, I always mop up if I've got any excess ink left, and then those become background papers for other projects at some point. So that's what I was doing there. And then I decide, I quite fancy some text stamping in this, and I'd not done any stamping on the previous two layouts, so it was nice to do a little bit. So I've chosen the word love from that More Wishes stamp set, and I've used Twisted Citron, which is one of my favourite colours, in this time the Distress ink rather than Distress oxide, and again bit of splatter, and then I mopped up the excess. So I'm just using up all of those little bits and pieces of paper and those cut apart pieces that are left, and I'm going to start creating, well, first of all I start with the bits underneath the photo that I know exactly where they want to be, and then I put the strips all together that were left of the main pieces of the paper. And I decided to position this not exactly at the left hand side, just with a little white strip remaining. I just thought that sort of looked nice rather than it being all the way up to the edge. So again, I'm just cutting little bits and pieces of the paper around, trying to work out where I want to put them, and then I think, right, stop faffing around, get this photo stuck down so it's in place. And then it's a lot easier for me to start tucking in the pieces as I find them. So since it's a picture of the two of us, I decided the number 2 would be relevant. And then I like this ampersand, so I decided to fussy cut that so that it would become an element on the page too. Again, the you and me kind of thing. I thought the ampersand was nice. Just that little tab that sits underneath it. Okay, what else do I find to add in? There aren't very many more pieces, I don't think, of the paper, so it's on for the titling. So these letters are letters that I created a sheet full of the font in little boxes, full alphabet, and some spares of the, the vowels and the letters you use more frequently. And it just means that it's easy. They become like little letter tiles. I have got loads of these sheets of this. I don't know, I must have just had a bit of a session of creating loads of them. So I don't think I'm going to use these up anytime soon. I've got some of them printed onto Very Vanilla and some of them onto Whisper White. So yeah, they're going to be in my stash for quite some time. But I just added our names, Vin and Kat here. I'm Catherine to most people, but to Vin and anybody who's known me via Vin, I am Kat, because he apparently can't say all of my name. But no, so I'm choosing my title, and I decide Just Us is the title of this page. At first I put the U down in the brown, and then realised that I wasn't going to be able to do it all in brown, so I needed to mix up the colours. So I just have the starting letters in the brown. Now, I'm now rummaging in the stash of die cuts, and I pull out all these hearts. So I'm just going to randomly, I say randomly, obviously I'm choosing where they're going, distribute some hearts around the page. I think there's 5 of the larger ones I end up choosing in multicolours, and then 3 little green ones just going over to the right hand side. These are going to be my main embellishment. I don't really add any other embellishments, I don't think. No, I don't. So I do a little bit of journaling. I decide to hand draw some lines. Unfortunately, I didn't quite draw enough, and then they get a little bit wonky towards the end as I'm adding some extra ones in, as I'm adding my journaling about our day out at Walton Gardens in February 2023. A little bit of outlining, just a teensy bit, nothing major, just around a couple of the elements that look like they are sort of like boxes. I noticed there was a little bit hanging off the edge, and then that was it. Yeah, there's my page done. So, hope you enjoyed this. Photos were a little bit dark just because it was taken later on in the day, so it was actually already dark outside by the time I took them. But I hope you enjoyed it. Please do give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Until next time, bye bye.